So it's been a few days. It's been a busy week, and it's not going to get any less busy here in the near future. However, what I did want to do tonight, and hopefully somebody will be here, I'll show up. We are doing the 2019 year in review. We're starting it here tonight for the Cult of Cinema. I'm going to look at some releases here that were done in 2019. I'm going to give you my thoughts overall of the year, and this may go over to more than one video. Depends on how tonight goes. So hopefully we get a few people in here. We will talk about 2019, about Blu-ray collecting, about what's come out, and why exactly this was a monstrous year. And I mean that obviously in more ways than one. But it's pretty quiet here so far. So if you're there, say hi. Meanwhile, I am going to get ready to open up here. So if the comments come in, I'm not going to miss them. But right now, it seems pretty quiet here. Hey, Alan, welcome. You are the first person here. Hey, Carlito. Guess what? Tonight we're going to do 2019 year in review. So 2019 has been a big year for collecting. You could say it's been a monstrous year. In 2019, we've had a lot of big things happen. Hey, Mug. And I guess one of the biggest is it kind of became, hey, Boredom and Ragman, it kind of became the year of the monster. Criterion announced their huge, massive Godzilla box set, which I think surprised pretty much everybody because we'd all assumed it was going to be Fellini or Kurosawa or something like that. So that was a pretty big deal there. At the same time, on a much different scale, on a much different level, Mill Creek announced their Ultraman sets, as that they'd acquired the entire Ultraman franchise and would be putting it out in regular editions and steelbooks. And they even started back before Ultraman started with the Ultra Q series. That was a pretty big deal there. It's been a big deal for like monsters and like big creatures overall. And I know there's a couple of others. I haven't seen it chapter 2 yet. I got to see it. I did see it at the store today. I might wait till like kind of Boxing Day till it goes down a bit because although I did like the first one, I like the first part of the book, It too, and I was kind of iffy on the second part. So I always like the kid part of it better than I do the adult part of it. More stakes. Hey Brian, welcome. But it's definitely been a big year for Hadrian, for collecting. That and in a big surprise, Walmart and Shudder did an exclusive deal together this year as well, so that Walmart will be releasing Shudder films on DVD and Blu-ray for the Hey Joe, welcome, and Hammers for the first time. So you're able to walk into your Shudder, and to your local Walmart now and get some of your favorite Shudder titles, original titles, right off their store shelves, and actually for a really good price as well. I know that I got some in my Christmas stocking this year. Some of the ones are Gwen was put out. I know I don't have that one, but Boar came out, and Ruin Me. Ruin Me is one of my favorite Shudder films, and I know that one's there. My Vinegar Syndrome stuff just shipped actually. Oh, I love Hammer House of Horrors. Now that there's a deal through Walmart, we might actually get that. Because this is a start. If people buy the Shudder releases that are coming out through Walmart, I'm sure we're going to get that. There's one that I don't know, and I didn't grab. Maybe Gwen. I think I did get Gwen from my Christmas stocking. The one I didn't get, I think was called, might have been called Odd Man Out or something like that, where basically it's a zombie film. And it's in a hospital, kind of like maybe semi like Walking Dead in a way that. So it's a zombie film in a hospital. Nice. I'm going to be talking about Angel as well. Oh, another company that became really big when it came to monsters, and how can I forget this? Tammy and the T-Rex did gangbusters for Vinegar Syndrome. during their Black Friday sale. It was a monster extravaganza all around, from Criterion to Mill Creek to Vinegar Syndrome, two completely, well, three, hey, Ben, three completely different companies, but all made big money on big monsters. So maybe that'll show in the future that more kind of like cheesy stuff like that is something that the public is definitely looking for. I was amazed by the amount of copies, both Blu-ray and 4K copies of Tammy and the T-Rex that sold during the Vinegar Syndrome sale, and like happily amazed. Hey Kathy, welcome. If it looks like I'm kind of moving around a bit more, my knee is like, hey Danush, man, welcome, is acting up. So I'm in a lot of pain tonight. So what I did, I have not seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood yet. I got to see it. I want to get the 4K of that one. So I'm waiting for Boxing Day for that one as well. I didn't have enough money for it. Though there was the $5 off coupon that came after the Black Friday sale. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to grab myself a copy probably after Christmas, with like if I get any Christmas money type of thing. I'll be able to get a copy for the 4K edition of Tammy and the T-Rex. You know that's one that I really want in my collection. It's a big deal for me to get that. Hey Ryan, welcome. Omnitrix, oh, dude, I'm so jealous. Does it really? I've seen that the Phantasmal set looks awesome, but I haven't. Obviously, I've already got the Arrow one, so I haven't grabbed the new one. Big box of Arrow stuff. Nice, Chris. So what exactly are some of the big releases of Ideal Student? Actually, someone, is it you that sent me the spooky slip? Somebody sent me a spooky slip and a Christmas Evil slip. I'm very excited about that. For slip one. Is that you? Welcome, Mark. I'm super excited about spookies. Before I get into the stuff that I got, let's talk about some stuff that's out there now that Vinegar Syndrome put out that I don't have and that Severin put out. There were some massive releases during Black Friday. And some super exciting stuff, from Tammy and the T-Rex to movies like Spookies, to Vice Academy, the first trilogy, to the Angel set, which I'm sure some of you guys have gotten and started watching by now. You're welcome. It's awesome, isn't it? To Severin's like Tygon releases. Comes in it. I haven't seen it, not yet. There was a lot that came out this year, and that's just at the end part of the year. Let's start with MVD, for instance. Whereas Vestron pretty much was a shutout for 2019. I don't have them all, but I have a few of the releases that Vestron like announced and put out in 2019, and those were Nemesis, which is a really cool Olivier Grenier release. Double Dragon. I need a slipcover for this one if anybody has one. Showdown. Nemesis 2, 3, and 4, and Double Impact. So it was a pretty good 2019 for MVD. Now they put out other releases as well in 2019, like I think Boogie Boy was put out, and My Samurai. I'm pretty sure that one came out as well, or is coming out for 2019. Hey, I'm ready. Welcome, dude. So MVD more than picked up the slack left by Vestron, who did nothing this year. Companies like Vinegar Syndrome and Severin pushed it to another level. With Vinegar Syndrome, finally, after all this time, putting out their very first box set. Actually, two in 2019. I don't have the other one yet. This is the Amityville one. And if you have yet to get this one in your collection, Definitely do it. This is a really good set. I think the Well Adrian, it's kind of weird. Vestron, they announced certain stuff. Vestron and Synapse were kind of lower when it came to this year. Vestron did nothing. Synapse at least put out like their Suspiria stuff like that. Their 4K Suspiria, but I don't think anything came out. Yeah, as far as I know, Brian, and anybody can correct if I'm wrong. Like if you can think of like anything that Vestron like released in 2019, definitely let me know. Maybe I'm missing something. But if they released anything at all, it's fairly minimal. I don't think there was any Vestron releases in 2019. So is the Vestron collection still going on? They haven't announced that it's been canceled yet. But the fact that they went a whole year without a release, I'm not quite sure what that means. If Vestron, I would love to have all those. If Vestron aren't going to release any of these other movies, then please Vestron, license them out to somebody that wants to do them. Ghoulies 3, for instance. I haven't seen The Irishman yet. I still got to see it. I got to get enough time in a night to actually sit down and watch it. Like Ghoulies 3, that's either a Scream Factory or Vinegar Syndrome release. There's just too much left to come out from that company not to have like somebody put it out. So if they're not going to put it out under the Vestron Collector's Edition label, which I really enjoyed, by the way, then somebody else should be grabbing it. Somebody, hopefully they'll give the rights to somebody else to actually put this stuff out. But a lot of stuff came out this year that I never thought was going to come out. A movie that was nothing but a poster on my video store wall that I never got to see, Evil Town. Evil Town. I know somebody's gonna love this one. Came out this year with a special edition and a huge 22 by 16 poster. Because the VSAs were announced this year with Evil Town and Savage Harbor, with 2 more VSAs coming up. Savage Dawn, and of course the Vice Academy 1 to 3. Just so you know, I'm going through some of these 2019 releases right now, but one of the reasons I'm doing this, one of the reasons I'm kind of doing this overview, is because I'm going to be doing my top releases of 2019 video later in this month. You think either one of these are going to make it? I know that a VSA, well, for certain, beyond that will be on that list. Also, get this: if you got the Angel set and you don't have this one, there's a $5 coupon coming out. I want to check that out. It looks amazing to me. I've already got the Arrow set, so I don't really need to get it. I know there's a new 4K release for I think for Phantasm 2, which is the new thing in the Phantasm set. If you don't have a Phantasm set, definitely grab it. Brian, you know how I feel about Phantasm. But if you've already got it, then I'd say, just wait till the single release comes out for part 2. That's the same with me. I got the one that Arrow put out with the spear, so I didn't really need to grab a new one. Anybody that doesn't know, definitely pick it up. Like Phantasm is an amazing series. No, Brian doesn't like that much, but it is a really fun series. Hey JR. Hey Gregory. Tonight we're talking 2019. We have talked about how monstrous it's been with Tam and the T-Rex, the Godzilla set, and the Ultraman movies, and we've been looking through some releases that came out in 2019. I like the 4th one actually, but I do agree with the 5th one. It really is kind of harder. Weldon, I just got mine actually yesterday, so hopefully you'll get yours there very soon. I didn't get my movies, I got my shipping announcement. So it's the label's been created at least anyway, so that part I do know. And does the box start? Oh, the Amityville set? Well, not the Amityville set wouldn't. Or do you mean the box set behind me with Candy Clark on it? That's a Russ Meyer set, so she'd be in one of those films. Yeah, I can get that. So let me check here and see exactly where my vinegar syndrome is right now. Do, 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 do. Item picked up by Canada Post. Oh, nice. Expected delivery date for my vinegar syndrome is December 17th. And if you guys remember, me and my better half are doing our Christmas on December the 18th. So, excellent. I know. I did. I marked it there because I do want the Tammy the T-Rex one. That's why I'm keeping it. Not for vinegar syndrome. Not usually. I do have a package coming from somebody, a Christmas gift actually, and sent me the thing for it. But it's I actually wasn't really big on it this year. Probably the last one though. I'd have to go with Survivor Series. They've gone down a lot. Like I'm more of an AEW fan right now. But Survivor Series, like, kind of, I feel like they tried. I used the $5 coupon somebody gave me for let my puppets come or something like that. That's the one that I used on my order. You got a PlayStation? You got a PSVR? Because that's really good for watching 3D films on. Other big releases for 2019. Some of these you may not think were big, but a huge surprise for me. And it's not a box set; it's a regular film, and I recommend it if you haven't picked it up. You rock. That's why. I got a special feeling for Alpha. I know that they don't always get the best quality, but I love the covers, and I do like if I see an Alpha release in a store or or if I'm like on Amazon and they're really cheap, I definitely grab it. Vice Academy, Scream Factory put out Vice Academy this year. Okay, oh yeah, she is in number 3, I think. So she's not in that one there. I think she'd be in my Scream Factory box set for Amityville. Yeah, because she's in part 3. She's in The Demon with Lori Loughlin, actually, who's in a bit of trouble right now with the law, apparently. But if you didn't pick up this release, this was a Scream Factory release. It went under a lot of people's radars this year. It's actually a really, really cool release. It's not a horror film. It's a bleak film. I'll tell you that much right now. Later on tonight, actually, I'm taping it. I'll probably watch it when my better half gets back because we usually watch AEW together. We both really like the company, and their last pay-per-view was excellent. Actually, all their pay-per-views are excellent. What's crazy good about this release? If you don't have it, let me try and sell you. Let me sell you on Vice Squad. You know why I love this movie? Aside from Wings Hauser's insane performance, and just a great cast. You got Season Hubley, Gary Swanson's in this as well, but the interviews on here, it's fantastic. You're doing it up. There's like hour-long, like 45 to hour-long minute interviews on here. There's Gary Sherman, Brack Frankish, Gary Swanson, Beverly Todd, Michael Ensign, and a lot of the people that are being interviewed. The movies that we watch Black Christmas at 1974 together every year. There's certain action ones that we like to watch over and over again. Who was in Vice Academy? Ginger Lynn Allen, Linnea Quigley. Later on, Elizabeth Caton is in, I think, in parts 3 and onwards. Yeah, see, that's the thing. He'll be talking about Dead and Buried and Poltergeist 3, I'm sure, on this here. I haven't got to check these out, but apparently the interviews are really long and career encompassing. on this one here. So, well, I'll be probably working, so I probably won't be, but definitely pick this up. This is a sleeper hit of the season. You pick it out, you watch the interviews, you'll thank me for it, trust me. They're great releases. And it's the top release from Vinegar Syndrome from Scream Factory this year. I know Voice Academy is not based on a TV series. The Voice Academy was like certain films. Done by Rick Sloan, who did like, if I tell you what did you may not watch. He did Hobgoblins, and he did like Blood Theater and The Visitants, you know. I guess Hobgoblins is kind of one of the things he's famous for. Oh yeah, I'll definitely catch it later. I always do. Joe Bob got in a bit of trouble this year for saying some stuff. Actually, I won't be able to catch it right away because I have Shudder, but I'm getting Shudder again. I had to drop it for a month. I'll be getting it again next month. So that's the truth of the matter. Because Christmas and bills. I love the No Time to Die trailer. I cannot wait to see that film. I don't think I have any topic ones. Owen Wilson. No, that's Williams Hauser. I kind of get that though, but no, that's good old Wingshauser, who unfortunately didn't get interviewed for this. So this came out this year, and a lot of people kind of passed them by. But the Poison Ivy collection, I love this. I realized I hadn't seen part 4 before in the series. I'd seen parts 1, 2, and 3, but I hadn't seen part 4. I think part 4 must have been a Showtime film or something like that, because I think it was straight to TV or something, but it was like with a ton of nudity. Has anybody seen these films? That was kind of odd because I grew up watching like Degrassi, and my kids watched the other Degrassi too, and I actually watched it with them. And the lead actress in like the Degrassi, she's grown up, and she's in Poison Ivy. She's much different. Kind of odd, but interesting to see. This belongs in everybody's collection. The Omen series. I'm a huge fan of this style of film. Amy, welcome, dude. And if you don't have this, it is great. It is odd that with the different coloring, you see that there of the releases. Also, the Critter set had that as well. It is a fantastic box set, Adrian. Definitely check it out. It's got all 5 films in here. The 4 original films, the 3 theatrical ones, the one that came on cable television, and the 5th one that was a remake. I won't be picking up any Vinegar Syndrome aside from maybe if I can get Tammy the T-Rex probably in January with Dolly Dearest, but nothing else for me for this year. And I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to get anything January, because from January the 2nd till starting January 2nd for a few days, I'm going to be over in Morocco. So we had to do some saving for that, to do some, like we had some family things we had to do over there. Yeah, certain things have to be situated. Hopefully, while I'm over there, though, I will get some footage, and you guys will see. Well, before there's any real big furniture in there, the place that eventually, hopefully, sometime next year, that I'm going to be shooting my videos from. I'm definitely getting it. I haven't got it yet, Regman, but because I had to scrape pennies together to get Spookies afterwards. Did everybody pick up Spookies? Hey, Shadow Man, welcome. Yeah, I missed out on the first cover for Spookies, day 24. But good friend of mine is sending me the first cover for Spookies. Now, why was Spookies an important release to pick up from Vinegar Syndrome? Well, honestly, here's why. Spookies, I think you're thinking of Village of the Damned. That's the one that Chris Reeves is in. Spookies is a strangely odd film with a history behind it that it doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's hypnotically fun to watch. It's been so long since I've seen it, I feel like I'm going in with fresh eyes. Actually, I like Wonder Woman 84. I don't get the Stranger Thing reference though, unless you mean because it was done in the 80s. Well, that's what the 80s look like. Hey, Shadow, thank you. I'm actually really excited. My Vinegar Syndrome package like went out yesterday. I'm supposed to get it on the 17th, so I will be definitely putting that slip right on my Spookies as soon as I get it. Spookies is one of the big releases that nobody talks about. Everybody talks about Taming the T-Rex. I always talk about Angel. But Spookies is going to be a cool release. It has a feature-length documentary on the making of the film, which is, trust me, it's going to be worth checking out. There's also another documentary, and I think it says feature-length. I haven't been able to get any time on it because every review they look at doesn't say that, doesn't give the time. But there's a VIPCO documentary. I'm very excited about that. I love like documentaries about like companies and it's going to be interesting to see like especially VIPCO because they were infamous for the video nasties over there in Britain and like putting them out and like putting out like kind of like bootleg releases and all that. Do you have Shadow? Did you get Angel? Angel set. You did. I know you didn't. No one is talking about Candy Snatchers right now, but I hear it is a really good release. What's the most boring film that I've ever seen? I got it over there actually. It was an anthology film called, what's it called? Death Foretold. It's probably one of the most boring films I've ever seen. Hey, Michelle, welcome. So if you've never seen the movie Death Foretold, congratulations. It's an anthology film that had Tom Savini in it for like 2 minutes. I'm so stoked about the Angel set. Michelle, did you get the Angel set? But that's probably the most boring film that I ever saw. It, like Halloween 2, like Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, that's pretty bad, pretty bad too. As in, like it took me a long time to get through it. Oh, Death Foretold. Stay away from that one, Michelle. But you know, that's me. Like everybody has, it's subjective. Everybody has their own opinion on things. Movies that I find like really interesting, some people are going to just like nod out at. Did I get you interested in it? It's an odd one. I mean, now some people like Creepshow 3, the, you know, and I am not a fan. So not a fan. That being said, if like Scream Factory or Vinegar Syndrome put out Creepshow 3 tomorrow on a special collected limited edition, sucker that I am, I'd buy that. I don't know if it's so much taking things from Stranger Things as much as it is between like that, well, in the last decade, 70s nostalgia was really big. And right now, 80s nostalgia is maybe, and I guess 90s nostalgia is probably going to be big in the 2020s. Already started getting there with some of the Scream Factory releases. But people say, well, when people say this has a Stranger Things vibe, what they often mean is this has kind of an 80s vibe. Or if, for instance, it happens to have kids in it. This has a Stranger Things vibe. If you were saying this around 20 years ago, people would be looking at it and saying, wow, that's got a Goonies vibe. But it's always been there. Like Stranger Things isn't new. It didn't like change the mold. It used a well time tested trope. So things that have a Stranger Things vibe actually have a Gate vibe. Exactly, exactly has a Gate vibe. Ghostbusters looks like fun. The Afterlife one. If people like want a Ghostbusters like 1984, there is a Ghostbusters that came out in 1984, and it had a sequel, and even a video game sequel as well. So there you go. If you want an updated Ghostbusters with more modern comedians, there was one in 2016, and if that doesn't quench your thirst, and you want another Ghostbusters, well, there's one coming out now which looks to be pretty fun, and does have kind of a throwback vibe to it. And it's got Finn Wolfhard, who I think is really good. I worry he's going to get stuck doing the same type of role for a while. So I'm hoping that he'll get to break out a bit as he gets older, because he's a decent actor, that he'll get to break out a bit and do some different things. It's hard when you're young and you're on something that's so extremely popular, people kind of pigeonhole you for stuff like that. Another one you're talking about, what is that one? 8mm, or not 8mm? Oh my God, that'd be horrible. But it's something like that. Super 8, thank you. 8mm. Oh wow, that is horrific. I have Super 8 actually. Hey Danny, welcome. That'll be a totally different 8mm. I am extremely excited about the last Daniel Craig Bond film. I'll be excited to see where they go from there. I know that while they're recasting Bond, getting the new guy to play Bond, that one of the thoughts were to do like kind of like offshoot films with another 00 character or something else within the franchise. I really hope they do that, because I want them to take the time to make a good Bond film. And if they want to do like some quicker offshoot films, kind of just to fill the time in between some action films, I'm okay with that. So that's what I hope to do with Bond. Does it really? Because I don't remember Spookies very well, Danny, but I don't remember it looking fantastic when I saw it. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of restoration is done. Has anybody picked up Candy Snatchers? Someone mentioned that it doesn't seem to be getting any talk, and it's a shame, because Candy Snatchers is kind of a big release for Vinegar Syndrome. It's one that I do want to pick up in the future, but I got a few that I need to get. Yeah, there's a sequence in the Bond trailer on a motorcycle where an amazing stunt is done that it just blows my mind, the motorcycle stunt. I think Tom Hardy is stretched a little bit too thin, and he's done just a bit much right now, and maybe too much of a known name. My personal pick for Bond is Dan Stevens, who was on Downton Abbey and was in a movie called The Guest. If you haven't seen that, I recommend it. It's really good. I also recommend, if you're going to watch The Guest, like double feature it with Upgrade, the Lee Winnell movie, because yeah, there's similarities, and both are very cool films. It's not really starring if it's a cameo role. I'm thinking the kids are like, they said they're like the grandkids of one of the Ghostbusters. My bet is on Egon, Harold Ramis, who's passed away. And a way to keep his memory alive in like a new Ghostbusters film, for instance, would be if those kids are grandkids of the late Harold Ramis, who played the character of Egon. Yeah, Idris would have been fantastic for the role. I don't think I did see Locke, actually. One I got to check out. Just to let you know, Kathy, my better half's favorite Bond is actually Roger Moore as well. It's also her favorite saint. I grew up as an Ian Ogilvy guy, where I grew up watching like Return of the Saint on TV. Still today, best best opening song, like theme song for any TV show for me is The Saint. Kate Beckinsale. Well, if they do like a 007, if they don't go as a Bond, but if they go like as a, because 007 is a designation. If they want to do like kind of like a, man, she'd be good though. Wouldn't be a Jane Bond character. I don't think they're going to go with that. But they might do. You may get some like offshoots, but it's hard. I mean, with Bond, a lot of Bond fans are really super picky. So if you even put like, I know there's like going to be a female character in in the new Bond film, and there's been female 007s before, right? Uh, but the fact that she's like going to be along with James Bond flipped some people out already. So like, I know that seriously did. So we'll see. But yeah, they're really, really, really picky when it comes to Bond. You're talking Roger Moore. I love Roger Moore. I love Roger Moore. Is one like is he's just got that flippant attitude. He's just really. There's one scene that Roger Moore hated doing, and I think it's in For Your Eyes Only, where there's a guy in a car. Are you sure she's 001? I think she's 007. I think because basically he retired, so his number would be given at that point to a new designation. So I think part of the friction is going to be 007 James Bond against this 007. And I'm not sure she's going to end up being a good girl or not. You never know with these films, or how long she'll last, or what's going to happen. But it'll be interesting to see. I like that actress though. I think she's a Captain Marvel. If it's the same girl I'm thinking of, I hope I didn't get this wrong. I think she was a friend of Captain Marvel, and she was one of the better parts of the film, but she really didn't get utilized enough. But I think it's the same actress. Oh, they changed her 001. Did they change her 001 because people were upset? Are you serious? Good Lord. Okay. Well, if it works, if it gets more people like just to watch the film and just enjoy themselves, that's okay. So does that mean we're going to get a whole another like 6 00s? Oh, did you like X-Ray with Barbie Benton? You watched X-Ray. X-Ray is a really cool film. It was on a double feature with another film actually. Oh God. For Bond. I used to have the DVD sets. I only have one of them now, but I got the Blu-ray set, the Bond 50 set. I love the Bond films. I actually did a video on here. Me and Jace actually. I haven't spoke to Jace in a while, and Skid Thanks, Ragman. And if people that talk to Jace, tell him I'm sorry, but not get into the Western one, which we were supposed to do, because I am horrible, 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 horrible at getting things done, especially this year. Well, the DVD set is excellent. It had like booklets in there, like a ton of like 007 like booklets for everyone in the film, the 2-disc editions. Amazing stuff. Let them know I'm really sorry. I still want to do that. It's just work has been nuts, and home has been nuts, and that's the reason. So I never forget. Just so you know, I don't forget things. It's been crazy. Yeah, exactly. Thunderbolt. Was that the only one? I remember in Goldeneye, there was 006, which is Sean Bean, right? I love Van Heflin. You have good taste. Still, I did say, and I'm pretty sucky at remembering stuff like that and getting to it. Bill and Dan. It'll be interesting to see. They're in the last one though. Like people are saying, the Ghostbusters are back. They're in this film. They played characters in the last one, in 2016 film. So yeah, it was Janice, right? Janice. Pronunciation. Something I have something I have problems with. I've heard the Metro game. I've played the Metro games. It's been a while since I played the last one though. But a few years back. So the last one I played was a few years ago. Yeah, I had it. I think it was on my PlayStation 3 actually that had it. Fistful of Dynamite. You got the Eureka Fistful of Dynamite set. I'm so behind on a lot of this stuff. And there's so much that came out this year. Was it last? I think it might have been Last Light. Was that a PS3 game? Because if it was, I played it on the PS3. Yeah, that's the last one I played. It's been a while, so don't ask me, don't quiz me on it. But it's been a while. I guess for people that hear that are gamers, next year's the big year. Next year is the year of the new systems coming out. So we'll see if Xbox can topple PlayStation this time around, like PlayStation toppled Xbox last time around. Think so? Think it's a possibility? I don't. I don't really. I think it's going to go much similar to like it's going right now with Xbox and PlayStation battling and Nintendo winning. So, because Nintendo always does. There's always like, oh, Xbox is doing this and Sony's doing this and Xbox is gonna go back and forth with this and this, and then at the end of the year they'll always do, at the end of the life cycle they do, okay, and by the way, Nintendo sold the most systems. It's usually the way it goes. But hardcore gamers got to talk about how cool. There's a Bond 4K set. I did not know that was available, actually. Oh, I would definitely want to upgrade to the PSVR. I love the PSVR, actually. I don't think it gets enough credit or enough notice. The one thing. Anything Edwidge Vantage. Anything Edwidge Vantage. Like if everyone's going to release some Martino sets, some Martino releases next year, please let's get some. I'm a huge fan of her. Obviously, I got the T-shirt upstairs. But no, I did not know there's any of the James Bond films in 4K yet. So that's new to me. That's definitely news to me. I held It Chapter 2 in my hands today, but I was actually a little bit more excited about some of the other. I don't have anything but Topics Entertainment. Just the Daniel Craig ones. If it's at a good price, I'd grab it. But I'll be honest with you. Here's the thing. That means have a great night there, PlayStation. I'm gonna have to watch Quantum of Solace in 4K. And right up there with Death Foretold and Halloween 2, Quantum of Solace, hands down, one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Like, forget James Bond movies. It's just a bad film. It's not well shot. Action scenes are horrible. They do their best with what they're given. That is the best I can give. I can give Quantum of Solace. Oh, there's a ton of stuff. Like even from like everything from like the wax mask, which by the way everybody should own this one. It is. It's badly shot. It's so badly shot. Like I normally, I can enjoy films on, on different levels. But Quantum of Solace is just a bad film, in my opinion. Now, this is my opinion. Uh, Quantum of Solace is a badly shot film. The person that does the film, that directs the film, and the cinematographer, and obviously the director of photography aren't. They're not action people. They're not action film people. Did you like the special features on here? The one about like the complicated relationship between Argento and Fulci? I thought that was really cool. That was really well done. Features on this are great. Definitely, Danny, get on this one. This is a really good one. And there's the inside too. It looks very Terminator-esque. Features were fantastic on this one. Was a great film. Definitely recommend it. I need the fly box set, but I'm definitely not going to grab it. But that's how James Bond is. In James Bond films, the gadgets, he's usually, hey, 007 error, yeah. He's usually given gadgets at the beginning of a film, and often those gadgets don't work, and then he has to do something else. That's one of the James Bond tropes. Is he'll have this, he'll have this like this pen that shoots at something, or look at movies like God, what's that? Under Majesty's Secret Service. There's a perfect example. That's one of the big things. Is like you'll get gadgets, but then they won't work. But I love Skyfall. Actually, I thought Skyfall was really good. Probably one of the better James Bond films of the modern era. And I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. Some of you guys aren't going to like this, but I'm going to say it. Spectre is not a bad film. I said it. Spectre is not a bad film. Hey, how's it going, B-Movie? Going pretty good, actually, tonight. I love Cannonball Run. So, yeah. No, actually, they don't. A lot of the times. Go back and watch the films again. A lot of the times, the gadgets either don't work or he doesn't have access to them. And on Her Majesty's Secret Service, which is one of the better Bond films, whether you like the guy playing Bond or not, is a perfect example of that. Oh, people like... See, Spectre gets a lot of hate online. That's why I expected to probably get a lot of hate here. But Spectre is different in that... And I think, Kathy, if you're still here, you probably like Spectre. Because Spectre is a throwback, definitely, to the Roger Moore era of James Bond. With the bigger villains, like the Batista guy. And the big chases, and just the way that everything's done. It's the Blofeld era. It's the Roger Moore era of James Bond, and it's a little bit more lighthearted in scenes. Spectre definitely plays more lighthearted in some sequences. I'm not quite sure if we're going to get that in No Time to Die, though. I probably won't grab the Steelbook, Michael, because I really like the way that the slipcover looks. I do have a James Bond collection. I got the Bond 50. That came out. I'm a huge James Bond fan. I'm a Bond, like, I grew up reading the Bond books, watching the Bond films. I think Jace is probably the only person I know that's a bigger James Bond fan than I am. And not even joking. I've watched the James Bond films. Like, guys, you want to know what I watch most out of everything that I got? I watch the James Bond films over and over again. Do I think James Bond is going to get married? Do I think that girl is going to be like a modern day Tracy? Yep, on Majesty's Secret Service on one that he got married in. And still, even though I really love James Bond, he's definitely, I'm calling it now, the dude's Dr. No. He looks just like Dr. No. I'm sorry. I know they're trying to hide it. This is another con thing where they're going to hide it again. Like, oh no. Hey, Benedict Cumberbatch, I know he acts a little bit like Khan, but don't worry. He's a completely different character in Star Trek. He's not Khan at all. But yeah, dude, I'm calling it right now. We're starting from like we've seen the genesis of James Bond. Exactly, Doctor. No Time to Die. And they're going to end Daniel Craig's series off with the character that started off the James Bond franchise in the first place. They're going to start off they're going to end off with Doctor No, and I think it's a great idea. And Rami Malek is an excellent person to play the role. What do I think the best Bond film is? It's really subjective, and I go back and forth on like what Bond film is my favorite. There's certain ones that are up there that are really strong films. A lot of people, if you ask them, they're going to tell you, they're going to say Goldfinger, for instance, is because it started all the tropes that Bond films would have going on through. Other people will tell you From Russia with Love, because From Russia with Love basically is definitely a more serious thriller, spy thriller, and it has a great antagonist in the series with Robert Shaw. Other people right there, For Your Eyes Only is pretty much a cavalcade of every popular trope in James Bond's series, right along with kind of like Friday 13th Part 4 did with Friday 13th series. For Your Eyes Only does that with James Bond. They throw in pretty much everything that made James Bond popular. A lot of people go with, here we go, The Spy Who Loved Me, because it is one of the best James Bond films that was out in that era. On Her Majesty's Secret Service is one of my personal favorites. But it's really depends on the area that you grew up in. If you grew up and like say your first Bond is Daniel Craig, Daniel Craig might be your Bond. If you grew up with Roger Moore is going to be your Bond. If you grew up with Sean Connery is probably going to be your Bond, etc. Whichever one you saw first, whichever one left an indelible imprint on you, is who it's going to be. Yeah, Daniel Craig had been pushed back for the last couple of films. You don't like Craig as Bond? I do. I actually like Craig as Bond. Do you remember when he was first announced, and they're like, "Oh my God, James Blonde! How can Bond be blonde?" That was a thing. That was literally a thing. I don't think he's cared by the films. I think Daniel Craig's an excellent actor, and I think outside of James Bond really shows what a good actor he is. James Bond wasn't the first thing I saw Daniel Craig in. I actually saw a movie, it was definitely a few years before, called Layer Cake, which was a favorite of mine when I saw it, and one that I watched quite a few times. If you've never seen it, definitely check it out. You'll definitely see a very different Daniel Craig in Layer Cake. But that's what sold me on him playing James Bond, actually. And watching, I know he's not going to get the role, but still, I'm still saying it. Dan Stevens in The Guest. Was it the first movie he made? I love Pierce Brosnan. I grew up with Pierce Brosnan. Remington Steele, literally me, without the excitement. The fact, movie knowledge, being into film, being into cinema, the way that I am, legitimately comes from my love of a series called Remington Steele when I was younger. If you've never seen it, look it up. Back in the day, it's hard to believe now, but he even had the Pierce Brosnan hair. I didn't mind For Your Eyes Only. I thought he did it. It was a decent job for what he did. My hair's come a long way, or gone a long ways. Oh, we'll go with that. But yeah, I'm a huge Pierce Brosnan fan. I think he did a good job in the James Bond films that he. I don't think everyone's perfect, but I don't think there's bad, as some people say. I really enjoyed. GoldenEye's really good. I like them all. Here's another controversial thing. I like Die Another Day. I really enjoyed Die Another Day. And I like the song to Die Another Day. I'm going to go put that out there right now. And I really enjoyed the villain in Die Another Day as well. I thought Toby Stephens did a really good job. One of the craziest criticisms for Die Another Day, and this always drives me, is that they'll say, you know, the diamond face, the surgery, that's not realistic. There's an ice thing of this. Whenever I hear criticism about Die Another Day being kind of science fiction-y or not realistic, I have to ask, have those people ever in their life seen a James Bond film? Because I don't think they have. I really don't. Daniel Craig made the worst version of Body Snatchers, though. Unfortunately, you know, Cowboys and it, you know, versus Aliens was kind of a bomb at the box office. I enjoyed it for what it was. I can see why it bombed though. To be honest with you, yeah, I did like Halle Berry. She played the character Jinx in the Bond films and in the Bond film, and I expected her character to go on and get her own little kind of mini franchise. And Halle Berry is definitely not a hard lady to look at, so I would definitely love to have seen that. But did it happen? No, it didn't, because I don't know. I really don't. Because people decided they wanted Bond to be realistic. And Ready You Rock, Dan Stevens Rock, is an awesome movie. You saw The Guest, right? Who here has seen The Guest? So I'm gonna get like a consensus. Who has seen the movie The Guest? The Guest is a movie where Dan Stevens plays a guy that I liked him. I didn't mind him in Tomb Raider, but I don't think he's a better actor. I think it's the kind of what he's given, because Layer Cake was, like somebody mentioned, was one of his first films, and he definitely is incredible in that. Wingard, was that Adam Wingard? What other Adam Wingard films are there? I gotta look. So yeah, if you've seen The Guest, then you can picture him as James Bond. Because he does this, he's just this amazing, like if Captain America was a psychopath, basically. But he's just like a force of nature. Ooh, I was not a big fan of Death Note. I love the anime. Like, don't get me, I love the anime. Not a big fan of the live action. I didn't get through it. Maybe I'll watch it again and I'll like it, but he did Blair Witch. Oh yeah, that's not, The Guest is good. Didn't he get upset about the fact that people didn't like Blair Witch? And isn't there like a commentary where he's complaining on the commentary that he had all these big plans for Blair Witch, but he's not going to say any. He's not going to explain it on the commentary because not enough people went to see his movie. If that's not the whiniest, like, thing for commentary that you can imagine. That's what I heard. Like, if anybody knows if there's no truth to that or something, but that's what I heard, is that he's very whiny on the Blair Witch commentary. I want to buy it just for that, because sometimes you get a horrible movie, but the commentary will be like, whether it's hilariously bad or something like that. I love Sean Connery. It's like 007 films. I still don't like. For a lot of people, Sean Connery is the guy. You know, Connery does the whole. I'm not even going to attempt to do a Connery impression. Oh, the Blair Witch movie, the remake, Brian. Apparently, like, the director is like super whiny on it. I did see this Japanese live action Death Notes. I really like them, actually. My kids are huge Asian film fans, so whenever we're together, we watch a ton of Asian cinema. My my youngest is going to South Korea for for a little over a week next year for one of his university classes. My oldest, she's not going. she's she's working, but it's a big thing. Do I have card? Oh, dude, I got. Tons of cartoons. He's a little bit too old to play 007 now. Trust me, if anybody older was going to play 007 now, I think general consensus is Idris Elba. I don't think there's anybody here that has a problem with Idris Elba playing James Bond. He's got the look, man. Never say never again. I saw it in theater. I saw Octopus in theater. I went to art school. I went to journalism first, and then I went to took visual arts. I consider myself sucky at art, but at one point in my life, I did some pretty good sketches with charcoal, and that's how I went into visual arts. I actually had to show them a portfolio, which I amassed over summer, and I got into visual arts the next year. I was kind of headhunted from journalism to visual arts by one of the head teachers there. He is. I mean, I really don't think he is. I think he actually looks fantastic for his age. But Idris Elba would be the first person to tell you, nope. But man, if anybody looks cool in a suit and looks like he can kick your ass, Idris Elba looks like he can kick your ass. Never Say Never Again had Mr. Bean in it, by the way. I didn't realize that of course, because there was no Mr. Bean at the time. But when I went back and watched it again, I realized, hey, that's Rowan Atkinson, or McGree now, I guess is what he's known for. I guess he'll always be known for Mr. Bean, right? I like Never Say Never. It was a remake of Thunderball. The reason behind that, of course, is that Thunderball was written by two people. It was written by Ian Fleming, and it's written by another guy as well. The other guy sued Ian Fleming once Thunderball came out for the rights to that particular one, because it was originally done as a script for I think it was going to be like a TV thing or a film. I agree, Shadow, but apparently Idris doesn't. So basically, there was a lawsuit, and the other guy won. I can't remember his name right now. So he had the rights to remake Thunderball if he wanted to, and with that, he had certain things that were introduced in Thunderball that couldn't go on in any of the other Bond films. So that's why, once the lawsuit was done, you never saw Spectre in James Bond again, and Blofeld was quickly taken out, because these were things that were present in in Thunderball and could not be used going forward after the lawsuit. So Spectre was could have been used. I'm not sure if the name was used in Never Say Never Again, but I like Thunderball, though. For me, because it is directed, the water scenes are directed by the guy that did Creature from Black Lagoon. The water scenes are amazing. I do think that they go on too long, though. I don't have the VHS slipcover. I got but I do have the Hard Bodies films, because I'm a huge fan of those films. I will be doing a video in 2020 about that type of film, though, because I think it's underrated, and I do hope that we get more from Scream Factory. With the Vice Academy series coming out from Scream Factory, it really got me to thinking, about that genre films of movies like back in the 80s, like Hard Bodies, Voice Academy, Ski Patrol. Everybody remember Ski Patrol? Ski Patrol 1, Ski Patrol 2, Hot Dog the movie, Joysticks, films like that. So I will be doing like a video on those films, and that's definitely not going to be a kid-centric video in 2020 as well. A couple other releases. Hey Ricky, welcome man. Welcome back. A couple other releases that came out in 2019 where you guys are talking Bond and stuff like that I'm going to mention because I've been trying to do this. I have a streaking channel. I hope they don't have a streaking channel. Yes, they do. It's called Shout TV, and it is free. So if you go online or go into the app, Shout TV is absolutely free. They have like Scream Factory and Shout Factory, like movies and TV shows. They even have commentaries, and they have movies that are done up to look like VHS films that they'll crop into like into kind of VHS ratio and kind of like fuzzy them up a little bit for people that want to get that VHS feel. It's really fun to check every once in a while. The app is called Shout Factory TV, and it is definitely worth checking out. Any commentary between Kurt Russell and John Carpenter is amazing. They work well together. Other releases that came in 2019 that I think everybody should have. Hemisphere Horror box set. Oh no, see, Shout Factory is the parent company, and Scream Factory is just an offshoot label from Shout Factory, like Shout Select, or like MVD. There's MVD Marquee and MVD Rewind. It's the same like company. MVD is kind of the parent company, but it's the same company. But Shout Factory and Scream Factory are the same thing. It's just a different label, like that they put out there to put like horror. Big Trouble in Little China is an amazing film. These are amazing films. Somebody asked about these earlier, actually. This is a very different Black Cat than the one in the Universal set, just because somebody asked about that, and I was going to say something. Because, yeah, this is the... it's a cool one. If you manage to get this set this year, this was another one of those limited edition Severin box sets that definitely was worth the wait. There we go. I don't have my Solemn DVDs here. I'll do that, and I will do a Solemn video in the future. Hey, Emily, welcome. Just I'm getting the Vinegar Syndrome stuff too. We're talking 2019. We made a tour onto James Bond Street as well. So if you like James Bond, you might want to go back and check that out later. Vinegar Syndrome put out some really good releases aside from the box sets on that this year. And some of the top ones that I think everybody should have from 2019's Vinegar Syndrame's library are Night Beast, Flesh Pot on 42nd Street, not lying, this is a must. I did get a shipping notification. I got a shipping notification yesterday, Emily. And that's my Christmas present this year, actually, is my Vinegar Syndrome order. Plus, I got, for my Christmas stocking, my better half got me some Walmart DVDs. Some of those Shudder exclusives. And one that I put on my my Instagram, people. Spider University. I'm willing to bet yours is probably a bigger load than mine. I got 4 releases, but I'm actually very proud of those releases. It's 8 films altogether, and I'm super stoked about every one of them. Of course, there's nothing out there. The Uninvited. And I thought these were amazing. Beyond the Door 3, insane, but I liked it. Berserker might be my favorite aside from the Amityville set for the October package. This, guys, seriously, check this out. This is a lot of fun. A lot of fun. And of course, Unmasked Part 25, which is much better than most people think it is. Oh, these are all Vinegar Syndrome, so William. As you can see by their label on them. And as always, Vinegar Syndrome has the best slipcovers. Your favorites. Uninvited. I forgot to bring that one over. No, not Uninvited with Ray Milland. Uninvited with the cat monster. So very, very different. Great cast on it though. Great cast on Uninvited. I forgot that was 2019. I would have brought that over. That might make it on the list actually. Speaking of that, there's three more that I wanted to mention. Severance, Killer Crocodile 2. Definitely a really cool release. Oh, it's not that Uninvited. It's a much funner. I like that. I like that one. It's fun, but this is a more fun Uninvited film. The thing that excited me is that Arrow finally put out the American Horror Project Volume 2 this year. Hey, that is a cool fact, especially wearing consider the shirt I'm wearing. Anybody that didn't pick up this one, definitely pick this up. This is a really good release with three cool films, including a John Hayes film. And you guys know I'm a fan of director John Hayes. And the Ringu collection. This here release rocked it. And I think by the time, like almost everybody has this one, or at least the other release that came out for that. Hellraiser's been a big one. Because every Hellraiser film kind of like has different stories. Sorry, I'm kind of exploitation films. They're exactly what they sound like. They're films that exploit whether it's nudity or violence or gore in certain films, and they exploit in a lighthearted way. Before you, like a Porky's film, that would be like an exploitation film, or a slasher film. Definitely would be like would fit under exploitation. There's a lot of movies that are going to fit under exploitation logo. Ski Patrol, for instance, yeah, which I was a big fan of. Dean Cameron, man. We do need more Category 3 Blu-ray releases. We need more like, I know my kids especially want some more like Asian horror releases as well. Some like really like, not ones that just come out and just, but like some really good releases, like the Ringu set, or like the upcoming One Missed Call trilogy. I'm really looking forward to that one. Great thing announced for 2020. 2019 was an amazing year for collecting. Almost every company, unless your name is Vestron Video, upped their game. They ramped their game up. And they said, okay, let's take it to the next. He was actually, Dean Cameron did a lot. He had a short little like TV series too. I can't remember the name of it. It was about aliens or something like that. There is a Ring collection. Didn't they put one out in North America too? Am I correct with that, guys? Is there a Ringu collection that Arrow put out for North America? I thought there was. Actually, Brian, Kubrick Club, you should be able to answer that. The one that you picked up, the Ringoose that you picked up, that's North American release, right? Because this one here, this is this is not the Region A. This is the Region B release that I got. Because you got the one with the book, right? And the one with the book sold out in the UK, and they re-released the that one there without the book. I could have waited to get the one with the book, but in all honesty, you want to know the truth of the matter? I fell in love with this box set. He did the music for Rocky too, actually. I'm actually a fan of that actor. I think it is some cool stuff. Definitely underrated. I just love this case. Like, I love the color of the case. I'm kind of a green type person. As you can tell, Emily, so far I got the Anvil box set. I've got the Angel box set coming. And I know that I'm going to want every box set that Vinegar Syndrome puts out. If Vinegar Syndrome puts out an adult box set, I'm going to grab that as well. too many. I think I have them over there too. I would like to see a good Joanne set come out. I have heard of it, but I haven't seen it. I haven't seen Parasite, so I heard great things about it, but I have not seen the film Parasite yet. My kids have probably seen it. My youngest, he probably saw it. My oldest, she probably saw it too, because they're huge fans of Asian horror. And whenever they're in my videos, they school me on that stuff because they know it way better than I do. Okay. I do have in my stocking. I can tell you one thing that I got in my Christmas stocking coming. If you saw my Instagram, you saw this I think it's called Break. Kind of like people stuck on this ski lift. I'm not sure it's a Russian film or a German film, something like that. That's one of the things that's in my Christmas stocking. I'm so excited to see that. I definitely will, actually. You would like my kids, because they really know their Asian horror stuff and they collect a lot of that stuff. I remember they got the original Ring set that came out. I gave them that actually. There's a DVD Ring set that came out a while back. There is actually, Alan. There was it was put out in North America, in Canada actually. Originally they put out one to 4, with a black DVD box with Prom Night written in it. Don't have a Christmas tree up yet. I'm waiting for my kids to come. Well, one of my kids is coming. But they also put out they put out another box set with the remake in it included as well as 1 to 4. And it has the black mask face on it, like from the first film, that cover. So have you ever seen the black mask face cover of Prom Night? There's a box set that came out that has that, and I know that for a fact because one year I got it for my cousin for Christmas, because he doesn't buy many horror films himself, but he loves 80s films. So it's up to me to get him 80s horror films whenever I can. So hopefully that explains that. I plan to do more of an overview of 2019. So I do apologize. We get going talking about all kinds of different stuff, but I have had a blast. And that being said, both of them are actually. Both of them are out of print. So if you can find it, grab it. I got mine at Canadian Tire, and that's a place here in Canada. I would love to have The Beast in Heat. I heard that's got a great Let me know how the documentary is, Dave. I'm really interested in the documentary on Beast in Heat. I hear it's the Nazi exploitation one, because I'm a documentary freak. Yeah, actually, I got to bring something down. Hold on. Do you mind waiting for 1 second before we end this video? Something I'm kind of proud of. Documentary is great. Oh, I should have known you'd have it, Emily. I'll be right back. So my kids were at a shop, and my youngest saw this and picked it up for me, and I'm super proud of it, actually. Some people left. So this is a tea tin. I don't think they have for movies and stuff like that. Yeah, it melted my heart, actually. I was so excited to get this. It's a tea canister with time for tea in it. They thought about me, and they picked it up for me. My youngest grabbed this one, or they might have picked it up together. I'm not quite sure. But either way, I was a proud dad to get that. Sorry if you had to watch me hobble up the stairs, but my knee is killing me tonight. That's why. That's another reason I'm going to end this video. Actually, time for wine, right? My better half is a fan of. She like whiskey. She likes wine. She loves wine. We used to go to wine shows in St. I miss St. John's so bad sometimes. We used to go to wine shows in St. John's. Did have a wine show every year. We would go and because basically, if you've ever been to a wine show, guys, like there's all these different wines there, and you go around like taking glasses basically off everyone, and at the end of the night you're pretty much plastered, which is another word for drunk, and then you go and you can buy wine, and so we used to buy cases of wine, and I have stuff for gifts and stuff like that as well. I'm more of a white wine person. She's more of a red wine person, and I don't like wine that has that has too much. What's the word I'm looking for? There's a word and I can't remember it now right now. Anyway, but she likes wine, and she knows like whiskey, like good whiskey. So she's it's like no, thank you, Amy. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. You're on my wavelength. Tannin. Yeah. I don't like a high tannin in the in my wine, but she does. So she has the reds with the tannin, and I have like. I figured I'd be a run to the restroom anyway. At the way I'm feeling, I'm actually feeling kind of sick, Alan. I was like sneezing and blowing my nose before I came on here, before I did this video. And thankfully I haven't had to do that like since I've been on the video. But that's why I've been drinking my tea, because my voice has been going over the last couple of days. And my knee is busted up. Oh God, I'm getting old, guys. I'm getting old. But thank you, Wes. Mimi, I'm thanking you guys right now. I really am. And I have a couple Christmassy gift things coming, actually. Shadow has got the slips that are coming. I'm very excited about that, actually. I'm so excited. And actually, a couple other people are sending some stuff my way. So I'm super stoked about that. So if you're one of the people that's sending something my way, if you want me to open up before I do my Christmas stuff, or you want me to do it in a video on its own, let me know, and I'll do that. So it's up to you. But for you, those that have, thank you so much. I'm super stoked. I'm super excited. And with that being said, I'm also super tired. Yeah, this is, whether it's the cold or just the weather or just like it's been a long work week, this was one of my longest, hardest work days that I've had since I started in the new position that I'm in. I am Aaron. This is a movie library. Thanks, Alan. You are the cult of cinema. You guys rock. I will see you again here soon. And we'll talk more about 2019. We will. And I will do a top 10 list of the best releases of 2019. That's probably going to be late in 2019, though, because I'm waiting for some stuff to come. And yeah, there we go. Have a great night, because Asian action movies, that's, once Wes comes, I can probably do it then. Have some good wine, Emily. For me right now, it's time.